Okay, Leo, you guys are up. This is your general reading for October 2019 for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. As always, this is a general reading, so not everything may apply to you, or it may not apply in the same way for different people. And you can always schedule an individual reading with me by clicking the link to my calendar, and I will put the link in the comments after this is posted. Okay, what's going on for Leo's Sun, Moon, and Rising for October 2019? Okay, be sure to tag another Leo that you know or share it with a Leo. And I always love your guys' comments. And you can always check your your moon sign video and your rising sign video as well. Okay, Leos. Hey Tara, thanks for watching. I'm just getting started, or just about to get started, on the Leo reading for October. And happy birthday, by the way. You just had a birthday, I think, right, Tara? I think you're, what, Libra, right? No, yeah. Remind me. Okay, Leos. What's going on with Leos in October? Here we go. Aw, you're welcome. Happy birthday. It's today. Ooh, Leos. Very cool. So at the center of the situation, whatever situation you have going on in October, it is likely to be related to a soulmate. And for some of you, it may be related to children in some way. Okay, so there's indication of, on one hand, you're feeling an emotional accomplishment with your soulmate or your children, whatever the situation is for you. And on the other hand, you're also feeling overwhelmed and like there's just a lot going on. There's maybe a lot to manage, a lot of balls in the air, or maybe you have a lot of options and you're not sure what to choose. So part of this overwhelm is likely related to rules that you may have in place in your mind, rules that you have either created for yourself or rules that you have accepted either from your parents or society in some way. And, you know, part of you may be struggling with like how strict to be. Or setting boundaries in some way, or feeling like there's maybe too much, like in some ways there's like too much strict. That doesn't even make sense. Like you're either being too strict or you're not being strict enough. It's going to manifest differently for different people, of course, because this is a general reading. But either way, you are feeling overwhelmed to some degree in a situation likely related to either soulmate or children in some way. And what you're looking for is some type of emotional peace, right? An emotion that will kind of calm the overwhelm. And that's coming. And so balance, we've got this indication of nurturing your emotions. So allowing yourself to feel what it is that you feel about the rules that you've either accepted or created, or both. Feel what it is that you feel around the rules that maybe you need to set or create. It's going to be different for different people, of course. And where do you find balance in this? Where do you find balance between applying the rules, setting the rules or the boundaries and sticking to them, and where are they just kind of, no longer necessary or irrelevant, or maybe they're outdated and need to be revised. So finding balance, and finding balance with the rules and whatever areas you may be being strict with or not strict enough in, and finding an emotional calm that calms the overwhelm that's created by this like perceived rules or lack of rules, either way. So it's going to be different for you guys. Okay, so yeah. So for those of you who have not set clear boundaries and need to set some boundaries, part of this overwhelm is going to be feeling like you are preparing for battle in some way, right? Because anytime you have to have a conversation with somebody where you're setting boundaries, it feels like you are preparing for battle. So prior to obtaining this balance and setting these rules or these boundaries, or revising them and relaxing on them, you guys are each individually going to know which it is for you, and it may be both in some cases, right? In this area, maybe you need to set some stronger boundaries, and in this other area, maybe you need to, let go of some things that are just no longer areas where you need to be that strict anymore. So you'll all be able to feel it out individually, and it's going to require some rest on your part, right? It's going to require you to rest and connect with yourself when you're feeling overwhelmed. It's going to require you to listen to the spiritual messages that you're receiving, and then move forward with that conversation, and allowing yourself to feel your emotions so that you know what it is that you need. Your emotions are going to be telling you what it is that you need, and then you can move forward in finding this balance. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for watching. This is Leo. Okay, the energies operating in the situation are, this is nice. Okay, so whatever it is that you choose to do, so there's an indication of work coming your way and work that you like, and whatever it is that you choose to do, you're going to really be excellent at it. You have all of the things that you need to be able to do it. You have the tools that you need, you have the intelligence, you have the confidence, you have the ability, you have the emotional maturity, you have all of the things that you need to do to complete this work that's coming your way, and it's going to be enjoyable. This is the indication of this. And financial stability is one of the energies operating in the situation here. There's also an indication of more money coming in, maybe a gift of money from somebody, either a friend or a family member, but in some way there's an indication of financial support, which also helps relieve some of the overwhelm that you may be feeling, and also lends itself to finding balance on an emotional level for you. So this is good. And when you're preparing for a battle, or you feel like you're preparing for a battle in some way, like a difficult conversation or something, resting before you go in to have the conversation, and connecting with all of the tools that you have is going to help make that conversation go a little bit easier as well. Wow, that's pretty cool. So there's also, which kind of almost seems ironic. So here, you have the Magician indicating that you have all of the tools that you need to complete this work, and there's work coming your way, which is the Eight of Pentacles here. Work coming your way and work that you like, but at the same time, there's some area where you're learning about something new, whether it's either work related or, related to like either a relationship, because we've got the soulmate card here, which indicates either a romantic soulmate relationship or with children. So it's going to manifest probably differently for different people, but these are all the things that it can be. Learning about how you go through this situation as you go. So there may be things that you don't think you know on a conscious level on how to do something, and so actually stepping into that situation and just taking the next step, it's going to tell you what your next step is, and you're going to learn those new steps as you take them, and learn what your next step after that is as you take each step. So learning about it as you go, and also understanding that you have all of the tools you need to be able to take each next step, even if you don't know what the next step is until you take that one right before it. This is really great. I love this card, the Four of Cups here. This indicates that there's going to be some type of surprise coming your way, like a gift from the heavens, like something's gonna, like things may just be going along, and then all of a sudden something kind of comes out of nowhere, which is very helpful to you. And probably, I mean, probably on a financial level is what it looks like it might be. Something kind of comes out of nowhere and is like exactly what you need at exactly the right time that you need it. And then here we also have this, so you've got two of the four queens here indicating nurturing yourself. So nurturing yourself on an emotional level up here, which means allow yourself to feel your feelings and connect with them, because they will tell you what you need. They will help you in knowing what each next step is. And then nurturing yourself on a physical level. So taking care of your physical body. So if there's any physical ailments that come up for you, no matter how seemingly small or how seemingly big or everywhere in between, tend to it, right? Don't ignore it. Don't push yourself beyond what your body is. When your body has some type of either pain or you're tired or you're not feeling well in some way, it's your body calling for your attention to rest, right? Because there's an indication of need for rest here as well. And so taking care of whatever is physically going on in your body is going to be part of October as well. Okay, so here is your romance card. Romance card for Leos for October. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So we're a little bit early for some holidays, but holiday can also refer to a period of rest. Kathy says, got a doctor's appointment coming up and acupuncture. Perfect. This is good, right? Tending to yourself, even if it's just the basic maintenance type things, it's really, really good to be nurturing yourself on a physical level. And resting when you need rest. So honeymoon, enjoying the bliss of holiday time together. Holiday can either be an actual holiday or a celebration of some sort, or it could just be a time for rest. So enjoying the downtime, enjoying the slow times. Trigger points this week. Oh, those are fantastic, Kim. I love that. I love those. Those are good. Yay. Okay, and your 72 Names of God card. Your anniversary is tomorrow, Kathy. Happy anniversary. So enjoy the bliss of this celebration together. I love it. I love it. Okay, your 72 Names of God card for October. You guys are actually the first sign that has not had something come up about Pluto going direct, which is interesting. And I'll talk about that in a minute, but first let's get your 72 Names of God card. Here we go. Leos, just in time for a happy anniversary. Sexual energy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so with this name, I purify my desires so that I share love and energy with my partner, putting his or her needs ahead of my own. I ignite sexual energy so that my passion helps elevate all existence. I replenish the light that was lost due to any prior selfish sexual activities. Okay, and now I have to say this because you guys have the balance card here as well. So there's a balance that goes on with this. I know, right, Kathy? Good thing this one didn't come up the other day, huh? Oh my gosh. Thanks for coming out, by the way. It was good to see you. Whew. Okay, so balance. So this card goes hand in hand with this one with balance. So yes, on some level, purifying your desires so that you share love and energy with your partner, putting their needs ahead of your own. Yes, it's always important for us to consider the other person's needs, but not to the extent where you shut down your own needs, right? Because your needs are important as well. And finding balance. Balance meaning like equal attention to both sides. So as you consider theirs and allow them to consider yours as well. So giving and receiving and creating that circuitry is important here. So fantastic, Leos. and right before Scorpio season too, right? Which is the sex sign coming up at the end of the month in October. So I'm surprised you guys were the first sign that did not have anything come up specifically related to Pluto going direct, which I'll just touch on for a minute anyways. But Pluto goes direct on October 3rd. And if you want, you can go back to my Facebook page or on my YouTube page. It's posted in both places. My Pluto retrograde video, which talks a little bit about it. But either way, we're going to just be moving forward with the transformations that we have realized need to be happening over the past 5 months. And, you know, maybe it didn't come up for you guys because perhaps Leos have done a tremendous amount of work during this retrograde phase. Oh, Scorpio is your moon sign. Awesome, Kathy. Woo! Oh, I almost knocked over the whole stand here. That's awesome. Okay, so you guys can go check out that video on your own at some point, but either way, we're moving forward with it. Whatever transformations need to be made, letting go of whatever needs to be let go of, and that's just part of that. But nothing really big came up in the reading about that, so good work, Leos, and I will see you guys next time.